Hey, Marilyn, how you doing? Ain't that true? Oh no. Hey, Barbie, good evening. Hey, Ali. Okay, good. Okay, good. Well, we have spirit to thank for that. That's all. That's good. I'm glad it worked out. It's all good. Well, that's good. As long as you feel better about everything and everything worked out, then you're good to go. That's good. How you doing, Barbie? All good? Well, there you go. It'll all happen in time. It'll all happen in time. You just got to be patient. I know patience and you don't go along, but you'll be all right. It'll all happen when it's supposed to happen. That's how you got to look at it. In the meantime, just do what you got to do. It's simple. You're worn out. You had to do your cleaning job today. Oh, okay. I did a little bit of work here and there, nothing serious. Just some things I needed to do. I get pissed off when I go to places and they don't have what I need, and I have to go to somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else and somewhere else. And then the Bermuda government complains that nobody buys things here and they order everything online. Well, duh. If you don't have everything here, then how the heck are we supposed to get shit? We have to order it. Just like how you idiots should order more shit so that way you have it. I've never understood why. I mean, I understand it to a certain point, but if you know you have a good selling product, right? No matter what it is, and if it sells and it flies off the shelf, why the hell do you not buy enough for the higher demand? Whatever you don't you look at your inventory and say, okay, this shit right here doesn't sell. This shit sells a lot. So let's not bring in this shit and bring in more of this. So that way, every time you go to the store, that fucking thing is right there. And don't tell me that everybody bought it in one day. No, no, no. Or you might have the shit out the back, but you guys are so goddamn lazy, you don't want to bring it out there because you don't care. This is why I don't like places here in Bermuda like that do that dumb shit. They never order enough things. And then you go to the same company, but a different store, and they have that product you need, but you got to drive all the way to another place to go get it, to the opposite store. Or you go to that same company, different store, and they still don't have that shit. So if you have two stores and both of those products constantly go, and don't you think you should order a whole container? Duh. Like, do I have to do everything for everybody? Do I really? Do I have to think for everybody? Do I have to order shit for everybody? Do I have to work at every goddamn store in the world and explain to them why they should be ordering more shit and ordering more of a certain thing? It's like, let's use Snickers as an example, right? You have regular Snickers, you have king size Snickers, you have almond Snickers, and whatever the fuck else they have. So if nobody's buying the almond ones, then don't you think you should? And they buy the regular ones, not the king size ones either. Don't you think you should? And the regular ones go more than all the other ones. Don't you think you should order the one that you know is selling fast and not buy no more of the other ones until those are gone? And I'm talking about something so simple, like it's like I buy like a big, I think it's like maybe 5 gallon, I think. It's like a 5 gallon like thing of oil, like vegetable oil, right? And every like maybe 3 weeks I get it. because I fry fish, French fries. Every week I deep fry fish. So I use a good bit to deep fry it. The French fries and all that. So a 5 gallon one lasts me a good bit. Lasts me like a month. And so in that month period, I'll probably go to this store to get something else within a week or two of something else I need or whatever. We'll just go there and see what they got. And here I am, go in there, and they don't have no oil. They got canola oil, peanut oil, this oil, that oil, but they ain't got no vegetable oil. It's all gone. And you got all this other oil there that ain't selling, that's been there all this time. And you got that on the shelf, but no vegetable oil. Don't you know that people use vegetable oil more than any other oil? And if you know that's you're selling that 5 gallon drum, it's not a 5 gallon. I would say it's like 2.5. Maybe I'm over exaggerating. Yeah. Well, they do have 5 gallon ones there, and they don't even have that either. Actually, they don't have 5 gallon, the 2.5 gallon, and the regular liter one. They had none. At both stores, they had none. So I had to get a different brand vegetable oil that they had there. And I think another thing they do is they probably like don't put the other one on the shelf because it's popular, and they want to see if people will take this shit brand or another brand oil. Like sometimes I think that's what they do, you know, because I don't understand how a store that big, and people need that shit, and you don't like, well, you don't want to make no money. And if you see that nobody buys that other shit, then don't bring it in no more. Bring in the shit that people want. I just never understand that whole concept of ordering things properly. They're so dumb, man. Like really fucking dumb people that they don't order shit properly. So dumb. So that's why I get so irritated when I go to go buy things. Then my sister wanted me to get these black handles for her cabinets for the bathroom that we just renovated because they came with chrome ones. She wants black ones. So I went to 3 different stores, right? And none of them had the correct size. None of them had the correct size that I needed. So I ended up buying a pair that was pretty close. And in order for me to put them on there, I would have to modify them a little bit more, and then the hole would be too big, and then the actual handle won't cover it. So I got them for nothing. I tried to make them work because that was the closest thing I can get to. So then I said, you know what? I'm just going to take these ones off, grind them down, spray them, and paint them. Sand them and paint them. My sister said, yeah, that's what you should have done. I said, yeah, well, you know what? That's a whole heap of bullshit I have to go through if I can just buy the ones and put them on. But unfortunately, in this stupid ass island, they have nothing you ever need. And if we order them on Amazon, it's like, we'll get them. But it just takes like, it probably takes less than a week to get here. But it's annoying because then you got to pay for all this shit, and then you're stuck with the old ones when you can just paint the old ones. But I went and tried to get different ones today, and it still didn't work because I would have to modify them too much, and then it won't work. So I just said, you know what, Mark, I'll use them for something else. I can't be bothered anymore, man. These places don't have what you need. And then they complain that you don't buy the products that we have here. Well, how the fuck are we supposed to buy shit if it's still there? And then you go look in the drawers to go look for the item that's you're displaying, and it's not in there. And I even showed the person that was working there, look, I said, I really would like to get these, but they're not in the right place. You're showing this handle, but in the spot where you're supposed to get them is not in there. And she's looking at all of them like, and I'm like, I wanted to, Oh man. And I said it's definitely the retrograde, full of dumbass people every day. I just don't get it. Even when it's not the retrograde, people are just fucking dumb. Really are. I'm sick and tired of stupid people that have no common sense, no care, no common courtesy, no oomph, no care about their job. They don't give a shit about if people have this or have that. You probably have a warehouse full of shit back there that you could put out here and you don't do it. And then and then you're like, oh shit, that person that came today wanted this, but it's right here. I found it. Fucking idiots. Then people wonder why I get so annoyed and call people names every day. Because that's exactly what they are, a bunch of dumbasses that don't even know how to do a simple job like put shit out for people to buy. And then you wonder why you don't make enough money and you cry like a little biatch and then they go get a foreigner to come do your job. Man, you could have just done it all this time and put some actual care into your job. Don't worry about who your boss is and what the company is. Just do your goddamn job. Put the shit out there. Go make shit happen. Order the shit properly. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what they do. That's exactly what they do because the good shit goes fast. They wait to put the good shit back out because they want you to go buy the shit, so that way they can sell the shit. And then once they've sold enough of the shit, they go put the good shit back up. But why sell shit if you can just sell the like it's that specific oil brand has been there for years now, and I've bought it for years now. It's the best oil that I've used, and it's like one of the cheapest. Sometimes the cheapest shit is the best shit sometimes, right? So this oil, it doesn't burn fast, like it's thick. So it's a decent oil to fry fish, to maintain it at a decent temperature so it doesn't burn and shit. And it's like 24, like 95 or 99 or some shit like that for a big ass thing, right? So it's worth it. And it's a good price and it's good oil. And I guess everybody else must have caught on to it. And every time I like a specific product, they don't have it. They run out. That's why I tell my sister all the time that when I do have a chance to get like more than one, I'm gonna get more than one. And I gotta start doing that again because I started just getting one and saying fuck it, you know. But I said, you know what? I'm gonna start getting two of everything now, so that way it lasts me long. So by when I get on to the second one and I find and I'll get another one. So I always have two. That's what I used to do. Then I said, nah, that's unnecessary, and I don't need all this shit. But you know what? It is necessary because unfortunately, you deal with stupid ass people that don't know how to order shit properly. So life goes on. It's just like that case of water I have behind my shoulder, right? Right here. I have that case of water there. It's 35 bottles for 17.75. That's the cheapest, like 35 bottle case that I can find that's decent water. Like it's not the cheapest, but it's decent water. And I drink it every day for years now. Right? And sometimes they run out of that water and I get pissed. And now I buy two cases. I put one over in the garage and I take one over for here for me. Because if not, it's gonna run out and then there ain't gonna be none for like about a month. Then I have to go deal with some shit ass water. Yeah. Like I've always wondered why people just don't do their jobs proper and don't order shit proper. If you know you have the best shit gun, then why don't you just keep selling it? Don't bring in the other shit. I remember I had a manager tell me, right? I asked him, why you don't bring in that bowling basket water anymore? He goes, we bring it in, but we it's on order. But that water doesn't sell like the other water, like the Kirkland water. And I said, oh, really? And I'm like, this guy is lying to my face. He must think I don't shop here. So I told him, oh, okay, no problem. I said, you be getting some soon? He goes, yeah, we should be. And he kind of like, was like, yeah, fuck you. So then I never forget it. I tested that whole thing he set out. So one day they had a pallet of Highland Spring, Kirkland water, and the bowling basket one that I'm talking about. And the Kirkland is the cheapest, then the Highland, and then that one, right? So it was like I saw it on a Tuesday or something like that. And I ended up going to the store again on Sunday to get something to take to my mom or some shit like that. So I said, let me go see the pallet of each that were down there and see how much is there. So the Kirkland one was halfway. The Highland Spring was 3/4 of the way, like full still. And the bowling basket one had one row left. And I took another case when I was there. And I wanted to take that manager by the scruff of his neck and say, look at this, you jackass. Look, which one sells the most? Fucking idiot. I felt like telling within from Tuesday to Sunday, this one sold most. You know why? Because it's the better of the three. Doesn't matter which one's cheaper. This one's better. People know that this one's better. The actual bottle itself is better than that shit. I'm saying to myself, you must think I was born yesterday and my mom was an elephant. Fuck out of here. Manager don't even know your store, don't even know what sells more than the other ones. The customer's always right, yeah? And this is why I don't like people. This is the reason why I do not like people. Because people are stupid. And they say and do stupid ass shit. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only fucking person in this world that has a brain that functions. That's why I stay away from everybody. They drain me. Guy had the nerve to tell me that this water don't sell. You're right, bro. I'm the only one in Bermuda that buys it. That's why it don't sell. Cause I only buy one like once a month, Yeah. Okay, buddy. Whatever you say. Such is life. What can we do? What can we do? I noticed today went by very fast. Like the hours went by, like ticking by all day. Maybe it's because of the daylight saving thing, but I swear today went by like super fast. As soon as I woke up and came downstairs and had coffee and breakfast, next thing I knew it was like 1 o'clock. And 1 o'clock's gone, Then it's 6 o'clock. Then after 6 o'clock, now it's almost midnight. It's like shit's going by so fast. I swear, some days go by faster than others. I'm convinced. It's like somebody put Energizer batteries in the fucking clock so it can go faster. But I'm glad daylight savings time is here because the days are nice and long now. It doesn't get dark till 8 o'clock. It's so nice. I love it like that. I love having longer daylight. It's a lot better for me. Me personally, I like when it's dark less and more light. More sun, the better. Shed some light on the world. And the more sunlight that comes out there, the more weeds get burnt. Honestly, Barbie, if I actually slapped every person that I wanted to, I'd probably be in jail. So I just, you know, I've come to the conclusion that 80% of people I know are stupid and dumb and mental and all the above. I really am convinced that that's the case. And one thing I can't stand is repetitive people. I repeat myself a few times here and there, or tell the same story or whatever, or say the same things. But I'm talking about an aggravating, repetitive situation, like within the same hour. We're all repetitive in some ways, right? Because we tell this story to multiple people, or we tell things to multiple people. But I'm talking about that, like that aggravating repetitiveness, or that actual dumbass thoughts like you don't know. Like you know and you can find out, but you want to aggravate me. Yeah. Like fuck off. Yelling. But yeah. There's some days I wanna slap the shit out of somebody. So I feel it. You're right, Barb. But hopefully they get a slap from somebody else, not me. Yeah, today, all week has been amazing. We've had like the best days of the year so far. It's been absolutely a miracle how nice it's been. And Wednesday we're supposed to get showers, but that's about it. And right now it's 65 degrees, but the high was 72. So it's like 74 all week. Tomorrow 74, Wednesday is 74, Thursday is 74, Friday is 74. And at nighttime, it goes down to 65, 64. So it's nice, it's beautiful. We're only supposed to have showers tomorrow night into Wednesday. It says a area of troughs may bring a few showers tomorrow night and Wednesday. Otherwise, that looks for a good week. I don't mind if it has a couple showers here and there. I don't really care. But yeah, it's been absolutely gorgeous here for the last 4 days. Really, really nice. Yeah. Look like we got some clouds coming this way, but nothing serious. Yeah, it's been nice. Honestly, Barbie, I don't try and give any of these people my energy, but it's so hard because, like, even today when I went to this store to get the oil, I ended up getting oil, but it was the Wesson oil, right? It's a little more expensive, but it's the only choice I had. So I bought it anyway because I need it. So I said, being that I'm here, I might as well get some lunch. They had fish and they had noodles and vegetables. So I said, let me just get myself some lunch. Might as well. So, like, not too many people can be at the food court thing at the same time. So this younger guy, probably like 10 years younger than me, baby, probably more than 10 years younger than me. Sometimes I don't realize how old I am, but yeah. Those are two young guys and they were in front of me. And the guy answered his phone and he's talking on his phone and he's talking and he stopped getting food. And he won't move out the way. He just standing there, like not even putting food in his plate or anything. He's mad at the person because they can't hear him on the phone or they couldn't hear them. And he's like, I can't hear you. And I wanted to like take his phone and slap it upside his head and say, get the fuck out of the way. Don't you see these people here want some damn food? We ain't got no time for you to be on your phone talking. Answer that shit when you leave. Or answer that shit when you're not in front of this thing trying to get food. Who makes you special? So I wanted to slap him today. And then his worker or or a partner or whatever, he was walking around like a jackass. Instead of walking in front of us like he was trying to go around me and like push, like trying to like, indirectly push me and this other lady to the food thing. And we're saying, well, your idiot partner here, your buddy here, he's holding up the line because we need to get here and not over there. So like people are just so dumb. You just see the stupid behavior of these people every day. Like these people are so like inconsiderate, and it's usually the younger generation I have a problem with. They're just like so annoying. Because back in the day, the generation before me will put you in your place. They'll say, "Hey, get off your phone, get the fuck out of the way," and you would do it, and we won't even say one word. You'd be like, "Oh shit, my bad." But if I were to say something to them, they're gonna want to fight me and want to kill me and all sorts of shit. I just kept my cool. I say, you know what, Mark, you're not in no rush. You'll get your food when you get it, and we're gonna get this food, and we're gonna treat ourselves. We got the oil. We're gonna get everything else we need, and we're gonna fucking get away from all these stupid ass people. So anyway, it worked out anyway. But it's just annoying, to see stupid people every day aggravate you. Like, hey Tanya, how was your day today? So yeah, stupid is what stupid does every day. But I try not to let it bother me. I'd rather just talk about it and make fun of them. It's simple. But it definitely is frustrating. There's some days like, yeah, they are. You overslept, but I did work hard today. No word on reviews. Okay, well that's good. At least you got some time to do what you gotta do. I overslept today too, don't worry. I got up at 7 o'clock with drool coming out of my mouth. And then I heard like the camera alarm go off, and my sister was taking my nephew to school. And then I went back to sleep, dozed back off, and I woke up and it said 8:30. I said, oh shit. I slept like a whole hour more. Then I said, you know what? I gotta go take a piss. So I went to go pee, came back. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go back in my bed. Fuck this shit. So I went back in my bed and I slept for like another half an hour, and then I got up at 9. And I was like, shame on you, Marky. You slept like longer than you normally do. But I said, you know what? I ain't got nothing to do today. That's, serious or whatever. And today is the first day that the Tyler and his helper didn't come here. They're finished. So I finally got like, a day during the week where I can sleep and not have to worry about them coming here early and me opening up the house and all that shit. So I said, you know what? They're not here. I'm going to sleep. So I slept pretty good last night, even though I had a lot of stupid ass dreams that I don't remember. But yeah, it's all good. You was late, 10 minutes late. I didn't sleep last night. Anxiety and missing, you know who. Yeah, I know. I saw your post today. Sorry to hear it. all of that. I know it must be hard for you, but as you know, he's there for you all the time. If not, it wouldn't be right. Well, I'm proud of you that you went to work. Some people will not go. Some people be like, oh, this is the anniversary of, my husband's this or that or whatever. And, I can't go to work. Fuck that. I'm too emotional. At least you went to work. At least you did what you had to do. I'm sure Phil's proud of you. I am. I'm sure we are. It happens. Yeah. It's the 10th here right now, March 10th. For you guys, tomorrow's March 10th or in a couple hours. And guess what the 10th is? It makes 5 months my dad died. So every time the 10th of every month comes, it was 5 months ago my dad passed away. So it's not exactly easy for me to, because certain dates, you say, here's another month he's been gone, another month he's been gone, another year, another month, another day, another decade, you know. So it's life, we have to deal with it. But the good thing is in spirit, they're going to help us. And you have to believe that. Yeah. Hey, Fiona, how you doing? Well, whenever you want to, share anything, just share it with me. It's okay. Remember, you shared something with me a while ago, you know? And I said, sure, I'm not going to tell anybody. And someone came in here and asked me if, the answer to that question. And I didn't give it to him. I said, well, I have no idea. You're going to have to talk to her about that. They didn't hear out of my mouth. They're never going to say, Mark told me that you said. No, no. You can get me in trouble. Yeah, I'm not going to give you shit. You do whatever you want. We all should do whatever we want, no matter what our parents think. I'll tell you right now that if I listened to my parents the last 20 years, I would not be here right now. And if I told my parents if I told my mom or my dad when he was alive that I did this, and they would be like, yeah, whatever. They were like, yeah, yeah. You ain't no fucking psychic. You're a psycho if you think that. You're working for the damn devil. You ain't fucking doing no mediumship, no readings. You don't talk to no dead ass people. Shut your fucking ass up. Boy, what fucking you on drugs? That's what they would say to me. They'll think I'm crazy. So some things are best unsaid. You just don't say shit. They'll get over it. When they go into spirit, they'll realize it. Yeah. That's why when my dad passed away, he came to me right away in spirit. Because he's like, yeah, hey, guess what? Bang. It's simple. And if you have the urge to tell somebody, make sure you tell somebody besides them. Because your parents are never really going to 100% approve of everything you do and everything you say and every person you're with. They're not meant to. Parents are not meant to agree with you 100% all the time. You're supposed to agree with what they want. You're supposed to abide by what they feel and what they know because they've been here longer than you. But if that's the case, I won't be here. Yeah. Uh, That's what I'm trying to tell you. You're not supposed to tell them anything. You give them the basics. That's it. Because it's never going to be good enough. I tell this story on here millions of times that 20 years ago, I sat down in my mom's chair in the kitchen, and my mom and my dad were there. And I said to them, look, I'm going to go on my own. I'm going to go buy a van. I got tools. I have experience. Oh, you're my dad. First thing he said, hey, no way. You're making a big mistake. There's nothing like getting a paycheck every week guaranteed. And I said, I can get that, when I work for myself. No, it's not the same. I said, well, you're talking from experience or something? You have your own business? How the fuck you know? So like, I didn't say fuck or anything to him. I don't swear to him or whatever. I was so mad that he completely crushed my dreams, or crushed my, like, me coming there and sharing my adventure that I'm about to take. You just told me I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna make it. I'm gonna fail right off the bat. I'm making the biggest mistake of my life. That's what you had the nerve to tell me. Then I looked at my mom, and she was making something, making some food or whatever. And I looked at her, and she goes, oh, you do whatever you want, but I don't think it's a good idea either. You should work for somebody. Then I looked around and I said to myself, I'm talking to two people that are negative as fuck. They don't agree with anything I do. You're a dumbass for coming here and telling them. But at least you told them. And at least that one day when you succeed, you can look back and say, I told you so. And I had the joy and pleasure of doing that every year that went by, right up until today. And I don't look at them any different. I just love to prove them wrong and prove them to them that I know what I'm doing. And this year would make 20 years I've been on my own after you told me I wouldn't make it for 20 days. Sometimes it's never good to tell your parents a whole heap of shit. You just do whatever you want. And one thing I never told my parents is that I do psychic stuff. I tell them I have a psychic friend that I can find out some information, but that psychic friend is me. I find out shit and tell them. They know about my DJing stuff, and they don't like that either. They think that DJing is worthless, but little do they know. So, yeah, it's all good. I don't really care. They can say whatever they want. My dad knows now. And I think that, if anybody in spirit, my dad's probably saying, you know what? I regret saying that to my son. But then again, I'm glad he did, because it motivated me to prove him wrong. Because he's always been my biggest critic and my biggest doubter and my biggest pain in the ass. And I know he knows that. I know he hears me. And I'm sure he probably says, you know what? Mark, don't hate me for it. At the end of the day, I still love my dad, and I still respect him, and I still don't care what he says about me, doing all these things, and he doesn't approve of it. But at the end of the day, I'm not doing nothing wrong. That's what they have to realize. Yeah, you're not supposed to. You're not supposed to tell them too much. If you want to tell somebody, like I said, you got to tell the people who are not family, or you just don't tell nobody. Or you come and tell me. You say, hey, Mark, I had the urge to share a plan. You always wonder what skepticals think after they've crossed over. Well, I believe, Fiona, that they hear what you say, and then they must say, I don't think they feel like a certain way. They just say to themselves, well, I made a mistake, you did succeed. sorry I doubted you, or they probably feel sorry that they said those things. But in a way, sometimes negativity brings out the positivity. Sometimes being skeptical and being doubtful and being a, a pain in the ass makes that person you address it to, makes them stronger and makes them want to succeed. Maybe that's, you're meant to hear those things to make you feel that way. But even in spirit, they're going to help you now more than ever because they feel obligated, because they had, may dampen your spirits and dampen your motivation at the time. At least that's what I feel they feel and what I think that they think. 'Cause at the end of the day, that's how I would be if I did that. But I'm not like that. My if my nephews come to me and say, "Hey, Uncle Mark, I want to do this, this, and this," I'm like, "Yeah, go for it. If it don't work, you can always do something else." Or if something don't work and I told them it weren't gonna work, and I said, "Well, I tell you so, I told it ain't gonna work. You don't want to listen to you. I know how it works, but whatever." Sometimes you gotta live and learn. You can't know everything. I don't know everything either. But if I do know something about something, I'm gonna tell you so you don't get fucked. You know what I mean? I don't want you to go through what I went through or what I do, what I get through, or shit like that. But there's a lot of people who are not very encouraging. And there's people that you can't say shit to because you're always gonna get a negative answer. My mom and dad are definitely those type of people. You can say whatever you want to them. You can share a positive thing with them and they'll turn it into a negative thing. Or they'll turn it into, "I'm still worried, even though you're so happy, I'm still worried that maybe this is gonna happen." And they'll say like the stupidest shit in the world. And then you'll be like, "You know what? Why the fuck did I even say anything?" And I know I'm not the only one that does it. I know millions of people do. Yeah, I don't say nothing to them either. If my siblings or somebody in my family finds out about me, they don't find out through this mouth. I would never tell them anything. They will hear or somebody would tell them. But I will not sit there and tell you or call you and say, "Hey, I'm doing this." I don't share my plans too much with anybody. I just do what I have to do. I'm very honest, so I'm not the type of person where people are saying, "Oh, Mark lies all the time, so I don't know if he says whatever he says is going to be the truth." If you know me, you know I'm going to tell you the truth every time. I'm going to tell you like, "Yeah, I'm going to do that," or "Yeah, I'm going to do this." Just like me on here, I told everybody that I'm getting back into DJing and I'm going to do it, and I did it. And anybody who's been here from the beginning that knows and heard me say those words, I'm actually doing it for real. Like when I say I'm going to do something, I'm going to fucking do it. That's who I am. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you things and invent things and tell you shit that I'm not gonna do. If I tell you I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it. Is that I'm that simple? Yeah. And that's the way life should be. You should be like, you should follow up with what you say. Say what you say, do what you do, so your reputation stays good, clean, and honest. But whatever. Sometimes it hurts people's feelings and they get mad and they get jealous. But that's when you know you're doing something right if they're jealous and mad. And that should motivate you, not discourage you. Jealousy, hate, envy, all those things should motivate you. You shouldn't get mad that that person's that way or feels that way. It should motivate you to make them even more mad and more jealous and more envious. It's not conniving or vengeful. It's just keep doing what you got to do. Fuck them. I don't care. You want to hate on me? Go right ahead. I'm going to probably make you hate me even more and more, so much that you're not going to come around me or even look at me ever again because you're going to be so mad. You're gonna be so mad that I'm still here. I can give so many examples of that. And I recognize the whole thing, and I see the whole thing, and I know what's happening, but I don't let it affect me. See, that's the key to to be even more great, or to be that way. You have to understand that instead of dwelling too much on it, you gotta just say, fuck it. I'm gonna do more shit. You know? I know that person hates me. They told this person that they're jealous of me. Or they told this person that I'm this and I'm that. When I hear shit like that, I'm like, oh really? Okay. Now let me go into the lab and see what I can do here. All right, look, I'm gonna do this, this, and this, and I'm gonna make this person even more mad that I'm so successful, or I'm so smart, or I'm talented, or I have this, or I do that. I'm gonna bring more sadness to your life because you hate on me. Fuck you. And I shouldn't even do that, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Because now that I know you feel that way, I'm gonna make you learn a lesson to not feel that way about somebody. Leave these people alone. Let them succeed. Let them do what they want. Let them live their life. They're only here for so long. Why the fuck you worried about what somebody else is doing? You think I'm here worried about what somebody else is doing? Hell no. Nobody lives rent free in my mind. No, no. Uh-uh. I don't care what anybody does in this room. You do whatever you want. As long as you ain't no fucking psychopath and weirdo ass person sharing your fucking dumb ass shit in here, weird ass shit, then we're good. And whatever you do after you leave here, that's not my problem. As long as you respect me, I respect you in here, we're good to go. I don't care what the fuck you're doing with your life. And even if I find out, it ain't gonna bother me. I'm gonna go to sleep. When I hit those sheets and I drool and I wake up the next day, I'm not even worrying about you. Hell no. Just don't say nothing at all, Tanya. Just leave it alone. You know? Just remember the next time, don't do it. Yeah. Yeah, see? Fiona and I told you the same thing. Just leave well enough alone. And just remember next time, don't do it. Because when you sit there and you think about it and you overanalyze it, yeah, it's going to do. But it's okay, though. Don't worry about it. It's fine. It's over and done with now. Now you learn your lesson, hopefully. But it's okay. It don't make sense lying to her, because then you look like, then spirit's not going to like you for doing that. Don't lie. Just sit there and say, you know what? I fucked up again. And now I know for next time never to do it again. Because all I'm going to do is get criticized, or it's going to turn out like shit. Yeah. I had to learn the hard way. There's some days I want to tell my mom that I do this, but then I said, no, no, don't do it, Marky. Don't do it. She'll find out in spirit one day. Hopefully, no time soon, but one day she'll find out, just like my dad did. I ain't telling them shit. And they know why. They're the reason why I don't say nothing, because of their attitudes. And they're never going to change. My dad told me right to my face, people aren't going to change. Hint, hint, him, my mom, me. But see, I do change. I change my life for the better. I'm not that type of person to discourage you from doing something unless I know it's bad. You know. And you got to think about that too, Tanya. Is many times you have helped people in here to make a better decision. Some people used to come in here and say, I want a job. I'm looking for a job. You would put the link in here of a place, of a company that's looking for hiring and shit like that, you know, you didn't have to intervene, but you did because you wanted to help. Now that's a different thing. At least you're intervening for helping reasons. You're not intervening in a negative way. You know what I'm saying? You're not saying, "Oh well, you know, you're not gonna get a job." You know, being in here, we're talking to us. Go fucking look for a job. Stop crying and bitching and mooning. That's something I would say. But you're different. You sat there and you said, "Okay, look, I know of a place that needs people right now. Go apply to this place." And even though the people you helped didn't even get no damn job from those places because it's their choice, right? Or they were just saying that just for, the sake of saying it, or they found something else, or they stay where they are. But at least you did your duty as a person that you are to help. Exactly. Yeah. But my motto has always been, the more you learn, the more you earn. And I had to learn a lot of things in order to make money and to be successful and to have a business all these years. And Spirit changed my life. They said, "You're not going to be working hard. We need you on here." You know, every day I do readings, make money off of that, you know, and it's just the way it is. And today my client called me and told me to meet him at his condo on Wednesday at 9:30 to put up some light heat vent fixtures in the bathroom. So there you go. That's some work for me to do. That's an hour or two of work. So every little bit helps. Some money here, some money there, it pays the bills. It's simple. See, Spirit always providing for me. God's always providing some. I'm always getting some somewhere, somehow. See? I don't even have to ask for it or pray for it. It just falls into my lap. Because God knows that I'm doing what I have to do. I'm taking care of my mother, my family, myself, people. So while I'm taking care of these people, he's taking care of me. He's making sure I'm provided for, making sure he got work for me. I don't have to go advertising or hand out fucking cards and say that I do this and do that. You're supposed to naturally allow things to happen. Don't fight the plan. Let the plan come to you. Let everything come to you. And the less you say, the better your life is going to be. Do more and say less. Don't tell people what you're doing. No. You can tell certain people because they're not a threat or they're not really worried. And sometimes you can say shit and it still benefits you. It depends on what subject we're talking about. You know what I mean? As long as it's not personal things. If those are the people you want to tell things to or you confide in, that's fine. Even if you don't want to tell me something, that's fine with me. I'm not going to get offended. If I tell anything to anybody, it's my sister and my nephews. I don't really tell my mom too much about my plans because she's going to criticize everything or be negative about everything I do. It's just the way it is. My mom's like that. That's why she's never changed as long as I've known her. Even if it's a positive thing, she'll think about something negative to say. And there are some days where I want to fuck her off. But it's not going to make no difference because her mind is programmed that way. And I would never fuck her off anyway. She's been through too much and she's done a lot of things. I respect her. I don't really, use that word around her. But there's some days I want to, because she just doesn't get it. She's so freaking negative, and it's so annoying. But that's the Capricorn way. I know a lot of Capricorns that are super negative like that, and it fucking pisses me off. But she is who she is. I still love her, but it's all good. Okay, Barbie. Take care. Yes, get your beauty sleep. And I wish you a good night's sleep. Capricorns are blunt, but they're very negative. I can be very blunt too, but I'm not a negative person. I hate negativity. I absolutely hate it. I don't even want to be negative. I can't. I just don't want to. I don't want negativity in me or around me. And if I do cling to negativity of some sort, I breathe and I program my brain to say, don't do it, Mark. Don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah. Don't do it. Don't be negative, bro. Don't get sucked into the negativity. You were just laughing. Don't do it. And that's how I am. Like I'm trying to really control how I react to negativity. And then sometimes I just keep quiet and I just keep moving. I'm like, you know what, Mark, just shut the fuck up and just go. It's never gonna change. you know? Yeah, exactly. You get all excited and then they squash your momentum. It's so fucking annoying. And they're so good at that. And I feel the same way, Tanya. My mom's the same way and my dad's the same way. They'll find negativity in your positivity. And it's not because they're bad people. It's just that's just the mentality that they have. It's sad, but nothing you can do about it. You know. Yeah. Fiona said, "Yeah, you are blunt. That's the first thing I noticed about you." But see, people like my bluntness because it's not. It's honest. It's blunt honesty. It's blunt. It's me. That's who I am. But I'm not a blunt asshole. I can be if you want me to. Just test me out. You disrespect me, I'm gonna be an asshole. But if we're just having conversations, I'm gonna, I'm cool. Like I'm not gonna like disrespect you or be an asshole. I can be very sarcastic and funny and shit. And I know my limits to people and I know how to deal with certain people, but I'm not outright a blunt dickhead like some of these people are, like, and just say stupid ass shit to aggravate you all day. I just want to laugh and have fun and tease, people, tease people. People tease me. I tease myself. Fuck, I don't care. And I'm not sitting there, doubting people and disrespecting people. Like, Speaking about negativity, how is that annoying friend of yours, the one you used to DJ? Oh boy. Well, him, he's a like he's like a hater deep down inside. He always has been. And today I don't know how I'm gonna explain this, but like my DJ stuff is really popping off pretty good. Like I'm getting a lot of views on TikTok, and people are liking my videos, and people are adding me, following me, people that I haven't seen in years. And he actually added me after all this time. I've been on TikTok since December 15th, and he just added me, just started following me yesterday. And I said, look at this fucking hater. You're supposed to be my boy, my friend, and he's a low key hater. Like he sent me links to get music, and he probably thought that I wasn't going to do anything with it, but it was the links that we established back in the day. But it's more his than mine. But he knows that I'm smart when it comes to music and getting it and dealing with it and dealing with these people. Um, but see, I have full control over everything because he's not active in the DJ world anymore. And I'm in a group chat with him and two other guys. And he's the only one who's like the biggest hater, you know? Like he's still hating on me low key because I'm out there doing my thing. And then, like I said today earlier, like I was saying to people on to someone on here I was talking to, like I said, you know what's sad is like when I was at my lowest DJ point, he was at his highest point. And now when he's in his lowest, I'm coming back up. So it's almost like he's hating the fact that like I've overtook him and like doing my thing and I'm getting recognition. And he probably like jealous or whatever. Cause that's the type of person he is. He's a jealous person. But he's got a good heart deep down inside. He'll do anything for me if I ask him. And vice versa, you know? I've been through a lot with him, but he's an annoying jackass. Like he can be very, very annoying. And he ain't changed one bit. He's still annoying. But he's the type of person he doesn't like to see me like, get praised or to do certain things. He doesn't like that shit. It bothers him. But he's always been like second place to me. But he don't accept it. Like he doesn't want to be that way. He always wants to try and be better than everybody else, but he fails. He doesn't really have the DJ talent that most guys do. I mean, but he's still a good person. He's not like, a complete like asshole. He's just like a jealous person. But because I'm doing good, like and you're supposed to be like one of my good friends, and you just followed me after like 3 months of me being on TikTok. After I've been telling you I'm over there doing my thing. What were you waiting for? A fucking invite? You know? And it's sad that he's like that. But my other friend that's in the chat, me and him are Aquariuses, right? And we talk a lot of shit in there, and I sent them a video of me DJing this specific like new music that I've been getting, and I pasted it all together and played it for like 10 minutes to see what I wanted to get their opinion on it. And my friend, not the one I'm talking about, my Aquarius friend, he was the first one. I'm proud of you, bro. Yeah, man, it sounds good. You're the man. I love your cockiness when you DJ. You talk shit and you say things and you have the right music. Man, I'm proud of you, bro. And he wrote me like this little paragraph to say how proud he was of me and shit like that. Because I'm younger than these guys, right? Not by much, but I'm younger. And the other guy, the one that we're talking about, he just gave me some emojis and that's it. And then the other guy had a little voice note there, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. And I was like, look at this fucking guy. He's something else. I mean, I don't expect much from him. you know um he's just like a low-key hater, you know but he shouldn't be, but he's never going to change. He's always been that way. But it doesn't affect my friendship with him, because I know how he is, and I know he's not going to ever change. But he's still, he's annoying, but he's still a good person. He's an annoying good person. I know we all know people like that. But it's all good though. It's life. I also feel that him in particular, he's failed at a lot of things, and it bothers him, you know? And I remember when he got a divorce, I told him, I said, well, I tell you she was a hoe, but you don't want to listen to me. I tell you I saw her with another man, but you didn't listen. Your sister told you that she saw her with another man, you didn't listen. and you tried to make it right, but it weren't work. You gotta accept that L and move on, bro. Then a year later, he gets married to another woman, and then 2 years later, he's got another divorce. And I told him, don't get married again. You're making a big mistake. Take it from me, bro. Don't do it. Oh man, I love her. I said, all right, yeah. Okay, bro, you'll see. I can see right through that damn woman. Little do you know. Anyway, yeah. So I think those two marriages of failure and you know, and then he failed at like he left a perfectly good job and he went and got like lower class jobs thinking that it was gonna be okay. But when you live a certain standard, you can only live that way for so long. So now he's back into after 10 years, he's back into like what he used to do before. And he never told me. He never told me he was gonna do it. Right? And then when he went and did it, I was like, where the fuck you working? He's like, oh, I'm working here. Oh, I thought I told you. I'm like, you didn't fucking tell me, and you know you didn't tell me. What it is, he doesn't like to tell me things because I always tell him the right things to do. And I told him that you're making a big mistake leaving this fucking company. You're making all this money, bro. Don't leave because of that bitch. Don't leave because you're getting a divorce and your life's all fucked up, man. Stay at your job, man. Fuck that. Make that paper and go get somebody, do your run your do what you gotta do in life. He never listened to me. See, and every time I tell him something, it happens. Cause I'm looking out for him, you know, trying to show him the right way, but he don't want to listen. He's one of those guys that love fucking bullshit. He loves to fucking be wrong. He loves to fuck up. And I keep telling him, but he don't listen. He loves licks. Exactly. He puts out what he attracts what he puts out there. Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I've known him for a very long time, and he ain't not changed one bit. He's less hyper now and less annoying, and I'm glad that he doesn't annoy me all the time. But the reason he's not annoying me now is because he's jealous of what I'm doing. That I know him very well. When he's jealous of me, he doesn't speak to me that much. It annoys him. The jealousy annoys him, you know? But instead of being jealous of me, you should be happy for me. You should be happy that I'm back out DJing, knowing fully well that without me, you would be nothing in the DJ world, you know? So you should be happy I'm back doing something that I love to do. But he's not. He told my sister that it's nice to see me happy again doing it. But he won't tell me that. You see what I mean? So yeah, he was very exhausting, but that was years ago. Now I know how to handle him. You know what I mean? After you know somebody for so long, you know how to deal with him. So my way to deal with him is to keep him like annoyed at my success, so that way he doesn't speak to me that much. But I still go out of my way to speak to him and make sure he's okay because I know mentally he must be fucked up right now, going through all that bullshit. But like I said, he did it to himself. Hey, Lucky, how you doing? But at the end of the day, people live and learn. Sometimes, when people are exhausting or annoying, you just gotta like let them let them gather their thoughts and understand that what they have to do is their own life, and they have to make their lives the way they want to, and then you just leave them alone. Yeah. You can tell somebody blue in the face to do something or to be some way or to take, the challenges of their life in a different way. But you're the one looking at them on the outside, but you can't really change their life. You can try by giving them advice, but at the end of the day, they're still gonna do whatever the fuck they want. And it might be exhausting and frustrating telling them to do things and they don't want to do it because you know it's best for them, but they don't know what's best for themselves. But it's all good. And that's why I did what I did in my group chat today with my DJ friends. I made a 10-minute video of me playing music, the new shit that I got, that I helped deal with, and mapped all out a bunch of songs together. And I wanted their opinion. And he didn't really give me his opinion too much. He just gave me some emoji bullshit. And everybody else was like, yeah, bro, that's what's up. That's the shit, yeah, no, sounds good, bro. Yeah, I'm happy this and that way, but not him. And I said, that's why he's not really speaking to me that much, which is great. I don't really need him to speak to me all the time and aggravate me. So it keeps him like, away from me enough for me to breathe without him. He's just a weird person. But you know how you could tolerate people sometimes, like for a little while, for like a couple hours, and then you don't see him for like weeks. That's the type of person he is. I'll tolerate him for the time that I deal with him, and that's it. See you later. But I enjoy talking to him because we have a lot of history. We've been through a lot of shit. But it's all good. Some people are never gonna learn, but I don't hate him or anything like that. We still have a good friendship, but he's just annoying. But most people annoy me anyway because they just don't know when to stop. And sometimes they say negative shit all the time, like how we were talking about our parents being negative and not to say things to them, Because when you say shit to your parents, they're going to be negative every time. They're not going to be like, you're so great, you're a great job. Unless they were like, programmed in a positive way, which I highly doubt. I guess when you're really older, like 70s, 80s, you've seen so much shit that you worry too much because everything's different now. So you like probably say to yourself, what the fuck? Yeah. Yeah, exactly. And he's supposed to be my good friend. We were like a team. We were like a team in the DJ world, and I still express that I am teamed up with him, and we still are a team. But I'm the mean of the team. I'm the mean one. I'm the fucked up one. Like I always am. But it's all good. Like it's all good. Okay, Lucky, take care. Stay busy. But yeah, he's always been that way though. That's why I like my I can't really say too much bad things about him because at the end of the day, he's one of the reasons why I'm back doing DJ stuff because he helped me with a lot of things. Like he could be a dickhead and stuff and be annoying, but he genuinely is a good friend and a good person. But he just has those weird, like he switches too much. Like he's very, very inconsistent. You know, he can be a good friend for like a month and be a dickhead for a month and be an annoying fucker for a whole year. You know, and he's very sneaky and he's very private. He's very, very like He don't like to tell people about his life. But if he does, like you'll be like, huh, I wonder if he's telling the truth. That type of person. Um he's no, he's a Virgo. Yeah. I believe he is. No, hold on. No, he's not a Virgo. My bad. My bad. No, he's not a Virgo. What's September? What's the end of September? That's Libra, right? Or is it Virgo? What the fuck is the end of September? I can't remember. I think it's Libra. Yeah, Libra, yeah. It's like the end of September. The very end. So it's Libra, yeah. Libra, my bad, not Virgo, Libra. Yeah, he's a Libra. Yeah. My dad's a Libra too. And he reminds me of my dad. That low key type of hating and that weird ass mentality and negative shit and just being weird. But my dad's a little, obviously a lot different than him, but they have like the same type of weird ways, you know. Well, Gemini and Libra are pretty much like, they're almost the same type of people to a certain extent. The air signs are all pretty much alike, but see Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo are fixed signs. So they're gonna be all like almost the same to a certain extent. But all that sign shit, it can vary a lot, due to your chart. You might have stupid in your chart. So if you do, then you're gonna be a stupid ass Libra or a stupid ass Gemini. But yeah, he does have those type of traits, yeah. But Gemini and Libra are almost the same. They're like the weird air signs. Aquarius isn't really like that. Aquarius is more like fuck you, I ain't worried about you. Leave me alone. But yeah, they all have their ways. They all have their ways. Anyway, guys, it's almost 1 o'clock in the morning. This whole hour change fucked me all up now. I'm not even tired and it's 1:30 in the 1 o'clock in the morning, I mean. It usually would be 11:40, 11:54. And I'd be like, all right, guys, going to sleep. It's almost midnight. Now this whole hour thing has messed me up. Oh well, it's all good. I don't have to wake up early tomorrow for anything, but I definitely want to go do some work tomorrow. Yeah, hopefully you get better sleep tonight, Tanya. I'm sure you will. Sometimes when we don't sleep the night before, we sleep better the night after. I've slept very well the last 2 nights, weirdingly enough, but I think it's because I've been going to bed later. The later I go to bed, the more tired I am, and the better I get, the better sleep. Last night I slept really good. I couldn't believe how long I slept and how well I slept. I was happy as shit. That's why I don't feel really tired right now because I slept so good. Fine, you know. All right, Tanya, take care. Don't be hard on yourself. We all make mistakes. Don't worry, parents are always going to be parents. We can't change those damn people. Fiona, good seeing you, and hope you guys have a good night and a good day tomorrow. I'll see you all tomorrow. Take care.